welcome back to part 3. This is late 34 flight from Juneau in Alaska to Prince George in Canada. I've got a co-pilot with me, Steve. Steve, would you like to say hello?
Sure, Sean, what's up?
Yeah, he didn't want to actually say hello. We've also got Caroline and her crew in the back. Caroline, could you say hello to everyone that I'm recording this video for, please? Just say hello.
Hello everyone, this is Caroline, your flight attendant. On behalf of Captain Sean S. and the entire crew, we want to thank you for flying with us today on United Airlines Flight 559. We appreciate your presence and hope you have a wonderful flight.
Yeah, I found out in part 2, if you've only just joined us for this one, I found out in part 2 that SayIntentions now, the crew and the co-pilot voices, they're all AI generated, so they actually respond to what I'm asking them. So I've had some conversations with them. This has been it's quite unusual because normally I have the co-pilot next to me, although actually in the sim there's no visual co-pilot this time, but SayIntentions is giving me all the chatter back, so that makes it a lot better. And I've been talking to Steve, the co-pilot, about where he comes from. It's Seattle and the music scene. Quite amazing, really. You can't do an awful lot with the aircraft at the moment. He can tell me what's happening with the instrument gauges, so he can tell me what I can see in front of me. You can't interact with charts or anything just yet, but I have confidence that sometime in the future that will be coming. Steve, do you know what the local time is where we are at the moment?
We're in Canada, Sean. Local time should be around 7:20 p.m.
Steve, what is our UTC time?
UTC time is 2:20 a.m. Sean.
Sorry, could you repeat that please, Steve?
Sure thing, Sean. We're cruising at 8,992 feet, heading 110, with a ground speed of 185 knots. Altimeter is set to 29.88.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Sean.
We're starting to get some of that lovely low light sort of shadows and reflections now around the cockpit. Although it's only shadows at the moment, we still will get some reflection shortly. Although I probably won't see them as well on this side. Oh no, we're getting some reflection there now. That's good.
United 559er, contact Vancouver Center on 132.525.
132.525, United 559. Steve, can you retune the radio to 132.525?
I can't change frequencies without ATC approval, Sean.
ATC have just approved the transfer to 132.525.
Got it, Sean. Switching to 132.525 now.
United 559er, changing to 132.525.
Steve, can you contact Vancouver Centre, please?
Switching to Vancouver Center now, Sean.
United 559er, checking in on frequency 132.525.
Steve, could you do that again now the frequency is set?
We're on 132.525 with Vancouver Center, Sean Shea.
Vancouver Centre United 559 with you at flight level 090.
United 559er, on frequency 132.525C.
United 559er, Vancouver Center. Good evening. Identified. Altimeter 2988.
Altimeter 2988, United 559er.
Steve, are you able to handle radio transmissions, or do I have to change settings?
You'll need to change settings, Sean.
Calculate that 37 minutes. 7. Steve, can you see any air traffic in our vicinity, possibly our 3 o'clock?
I don't have the capability to visually confirm traffic, Sean. Let's rely on ATC for traffic advisories.
Steve, what is our next waypoint?
Next waypoint is Duxar, heading 290.
How far away is Duxar?
We're about 176 miles to Duxar, Sean.
How far away are we from our destination airport?
We're about 111 miles from Prince George.
Thank you, Steve. That's very helpful.
You're welcome, Sean.
Vancouver Centre, Bonanza, Charlie Mike Bravo, Charlie request IFAR clearance to Prince George. Request IFAR clearance to Prince George, Charlie Mike Bravo, Charlie.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Jet Prince George, direct Alpha Mike 027, then at Falls, Squawk 3536, and idents, Charlie Mike Bravo, Charlie.
Steve, how much fuel have we got left?
Can't help with fuel checks, Sean. Let's keep an eye on the gauges.
Steve, at a fuel flow of 550 pounds per hour, have we got enough fuel to get to our destination if we have 200 pounds left?
At a fuel flow of 550 pounds per hour, we won't have enough fuel to reach our destination with only 200 pounds left.
Steve, if we have 400 pounds left and our fuel flow is 550, do we have enough fuel to get to our destination? And how much would be remaining on landing?
With 400 pounds left and a fuel flow of 550 pounds per hour, we won't have enough to reach our destination. We'll need to refuel.
Steve, at a speed of 190 knots, how long will it take us to travel 89 nautical miles?
At 190 knots, it'll take about 28 minutes to cover 89 nautical miles. Shaughnessy.
Steve, in 28 minutes, how much fuel will we use if we have a fuel flow of 550?
In 28 minutes, we'll use about 256 pounds of fuel at a flow of 550 pounds per hour.
If we have 320 pounds of fuel left and we use 256, how much fuel will that leave us remaining?
We'll have 64 pounds of fuel left, Sean.
Thank you, Steve. We got there in the end.
You're welcome, Sean. All set now.
request was waypoint Lima, Victor, Delta.
Cessna C208 Mustang 8 Sierra Bravo, proceed direct to waypoint Lima, Bravo, Bravo.
Proceed direct to waypoint Lima, Bravo, Bravo. 405, Mike uniform.
Steve, on this current speed and track, how long will it take us to arrive at our destination airport?
At our current speed and track, we'll reach Prince George in about 3-6 minutes.
Thank you, Steve. Your calculations are very good.
Thanks, Sean. Just doing my job.
Caroline, we're about 15 minutes away from landing. If you can prepare the cabin for landing, please.
Okay, Captain. I'll prepare the cabin for landing right away.
Steve, are you able to carry out a descent checklist? Are you there, Steve?
I am here, Sean.
Are you able to read out checklists?
I can't handle that task, Sean.
Okay, I should do it myself. Right, inertial separator is...
You got it, Sean.
Seatbelt light on. No smoking light is on. Altimeters are set, so what we last told. Navigation source was selected. Power as required. Prop RPM will be 1900 descent, but we're not there yet. We'll be descending down to about 4,200 feet. If we need to abort the landing and go around again, it's climb runway heading to 7,100 on track 153 to Boudin, then track to 154 to Chubb. Steve, if we could remember this, on a missed approach we will need to climb to 7,100 feet on track 153 to Boudin, then track 154 to Chubb.
Got it, Sean. Missed approach procedure noted. Climb altitude 7,100 feet on track 153 to Boudin, then track 154.
Steve, at our current speed and track, how long will it take us to reach our destination airport?
At our current speed, we'll reach Prince George in about 3-6 minutes.
Steve, at 195 knots, how long will it take us to travel 22 nautical miles?
At 195 knots, it'll take about 7 minutes to cover 2 nautical miles. Sean.
Thank you, Steve.
You're welcome, Sean.
3 Zulu. Arriving runways 19-24-33. Departing runway 15. Wind calm. Visibility 1/4 mile. Sky conditions, clear. Temperature 9er. Dew point 9er. Altimeter 29904. Density altitude 2000 feet. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Lima. Prince George Airport, information Lima. 1223 Zulu. Arriving runways 19-24-33. Departing runway 15. Wind calm. Visibility 1/4 mile. Sky conditions, clear. Temperature 9er. Dew point 9er. Altimeter 29904. Density altitude 2000 feet. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Lima. Prince George Airport, information Lima. 1223 Zulu. Arriving runways 19-24-33. Departing runway 15. Wind calm. Visibility 1/4 mile. Sky conditions, clear. Temperature 9er. Dew point 9er. Altimeter 29904.
Vancouver SayIntentions United 559. I'm approximately 15 nautical miles away from Prince George. Do you need me to swap over frequencies at all now?
United 559er, remain on this frequency. Advise when established on approach or if you need further assistance.
Roger, United 559.
United 559er, I'll have you descending in just a minute. United 559er, contact Vancouver approach on 133.8.
133.8, United 559. Vancouver approach, United 559 with you at 9,000 feet.
United 559er, Vancouver approach identified. Good evening, Prince George, altimeter 29988. Expect the RNAV runway 24 approach into Prince George.
RNAV runway 24 into Prince George, United 559.
United 559er, roger. Continue approach. Expect RNAV runway 24 approach at Prince George.
RNAV 24.
United 559er, descend altitude 7,000, turn left heading 060 vectors for the RNAV runway 24 approach.
Descend 7,000, and can you repeat the vectors for heading, please?
United 559er, descend altitude 7,000, turn left, heading 060 vectors for the RNAV runway 24 approach.
Turn left, heading 060, and descend 7,000, United 559.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have left our cruising altitude and have started our approach to Prince George. Please return to your seats, stow your tables, and fasten your seatbelts. The use of lavatories is no longer permitted at this time. Thank you for your cooperation.
Steve, can you make a note of our new missed approach procedure? We're going into runway 24, RNAV. The missed approach is climb 5,400, track 227 to Vixad.
Got it, Sean. Missed approach for runway 24. Climb altitude 5,400 feet, track 227 to Vixad.
Canadian 05 Delta, roger. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR. Frequency change approved.
Prince George Control, Canadian 1205 Delta with information Yankee, requesting approval for filed IFR flight plan to Fort Cess.
United 559er, turn left, heading 030.
Heading 030, United 559.
United 559er, turn left, heading 045.
Heading 045, United 559.
Negative. Piaggio 24 Juliet is descending to 10,000.
United 559er, roger, heading 045, confirmed. United 559er, 2 miles from Putug. Turn right, heading 135, descend altitude 6,000 until established. Cleared for the RNAV runway 24 approach. United 559er, contact Prince George Tower on 118.3.
2 miles from Putug, turn right, heading 135, descend altitude 6,000 till established. Clear for the RNAV runway 24 approach. Contact Prince George Tower on 118.3, United 559. Prince George Tower, United 559 with you at 6,800 for 6,000.
United 559er, Prince George Tower, descend altitude 6,000.
Roger, descending 6,000.
Juliet, contact departure.
Over to departure, 24 Juliet. Prince George Tower, this is November 6, 244 Papa. Looking to get IFR clearance to Charlie Yankee Delta Airport.
Clearance on request, stand by. Firefly 5885, contact departure.
Contacting departure, Firefly 585, bye-bye.
Radar vectors loopy, then as filed, climb 6,000, expect 12,000, 10 minutes after departure, departure 133.8, squawk 2441, expecting runway 24, nomadic 2.
9 Oscar Mike, contact departure.
Switching to departure, Delta 9 Oscar Mike.
No, don't want rolls. What am I doing?
United 559er, winds 150 at 4, runway 24 cleared to land.
Roger, clear to land, runway 24. Flaps coming down to mid. Fully down, landing lights are on. Prince George Tower United 559 established. Steve, keep an eye out for any traffic on the runway, please.
Can't help with that, Sean. Let's focus on the approach.
That is part of the approach. Steve, can you call out my airspeeds, please?
I can't handle that task, Sean.
Clear left and right on the other runway approaches.
United 559er, contact ground on 121.9er.
121.9.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Prince George. Did you know that Prince George is known as the northern capital of British Columbia? It's a vibrant city with a rich history and beautiful parks. Thank you for flying with United Airlines. Please remain seated until we reach our final parking position. On behalf of Captain Sean S., First Officer Steve and the entire crew, we wish you a wonderful stay here. The local time is 8:27 p.m. If you have any connections, please listen closely. Flight 123 to Vancouver departs at 8:45 p.m. from Gate 5, and Flight 456 to Calgary departs at 9 p.m. from Gate 7.
Prince George Ground, United 559. Request taxi to gate 5, please.
United 559, a taxi to stand parking 5, cross runway 19, then Charlie. Have a good day.
Thank you, good evening to you.
United 559, you're welcome. Have a good evening.
Prince George Ground, November 2920, is holding short at Delta, requesting to enter runway 33. Taxi to runway 33 via Alpha, hold short of the runway. 2920.
Okay, Caroline, you can open the doors ready for passenger departure.
Okay, Captain, all doors in park. Dear passengers, we have reached our final parking position. Captain Sean S. and the cabin crew
George Ground, good morning. 55585 with information Victor QNH 3010 is requesting IFR clearance to Edmonton.
I'll grab that clearance. Give me just a minute.
Clear to Edmonton. After departure, fly radar vectors to park, then asphalt. Departure runway 33, climb 6000. Departure 133.8. Squawk 5355 for 55585.
Right, Steve, are you ready to go now? Right, Steve, are we going to get out and we're going to go for some food?
We're clear of the runway. Let's contact ground for taxi instructions.
Cessna Bravo Alpha Charlie, run-up approved. Conduct your run-up at your discretion.
Melbourne Tower, good afternoon. Qantas 21 Super. Ready, runway 16.
That's what I'm doing. Cessna Bravo Alpha Charlie.
Prince George Ground, Charlie Mike Bravo Alpha Charlie, request VFR 2 Smithers.